Hi everybody, Al Lindner here. I've been fortunate enough to make my living in the fishing industry my entire life. I love the business. It's been good to me and my family. The people are fantastic. Wouldn't you love to be able to make a living doing something you love? When you wake up every morning, there's a level of excitement. It's a new day. You look forward to the day. There's more opportunities today in the fishing industry than there has ever been before. That's the reason that we got involved in something we call Fishing Careers Workshop. That's right, Fishing Careers Workshop. Have you ever dreamed about making a living in the fishing industry? I can't tell you the amount of times that I've had people come up to me and say, "Boy, Al, I wish I had your job. How or what do I have to do to make a living fishing?" Well, the Fishing Careers Workshop actually answers that question. Like I said earlier, there's more opportunities than ever before. We've got 12 very gifted speakers at this year's events that are from many different segments of our sport. And I wanted to give you a couple highlights of what you can expect. First off, it's a full day on October 27th. It's a crash course on what this industry is all about and the many opportunities that are in it. I opened the session up, I closed the session. My son Troy and Joel Nelson will field questions and introduce the different speakers. They move around with a mic and answer your questions to each individual speaker after they did their first 15, 20 minutes talking about their life in the fishing industry and their career and some of the things that it takes to do what they do. And each speaker, like I said, is very, very gifted. I want to go over a little bit of what you would expect on this one-day crash course that could change your life. Again, it's Fishing Careers Workshop, October 27th of this year. I'm going to, in no particular order, Jim Meister with the Power Lodge. Now, the Power Lodge is a marine dealership in my hometown. They got 3 different stores. Jim was one of their very first employees. And by the way, the marine industry is on fire. There's more jobs and more opportunities in the marine industry than there has been in many, many years. And Jim is going to share his life story of the things that you need to do and the job opportunities that exist in a good, successful marine operation. Jeff Kolodzinski, a longtime friend of mine. To those of us in the business, we refer to him as Polo. Jeff started in a retail sporting goods store, peddling fishing tackle in a retail store. He transitioned when an opportunity came from there to go to work for one of the major companies in this business and the manufacturing end of it. Another opportunity came his way, and he is working with Johnson Outdoors today, one of the leaders in the sport fishing industry. He'll be there to represent Minn Kota Trolling Motors, Humminbird Depth Finders, Lake Master Canyon Downriggers. He's going to share what a big company like Johnson Outdoors looks for as far as pro staff and talent and jobs and different management levels. His story is great, and you're going to learn something. This is one of the leaders in the business, Johnson Outdoors. Brett McComas, Target Walleye. Brett wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror and says, "I can't believe people are paying me to do this job." He came from the banking industry, and today all he does is fish all over the place and talk about walleye fishing on Target Walleye. He is so excited about this opportunity. His job never existed just a few short years ago. And he's going to highlight a lot of things about social media and the opportunities that are there today, and there's a bunch of them. Tom Newstrom, longtime friend of mine, one of the most successful guides, tackle company promoters that I've ever known. This guy has got his hands in anything to do with fishing in Minnesota. He's involved in it. And he's going to talk about tourism, even tourism. Yeah, he's a guide promoter, but he got involved in tourism with Megan Christensen, who is executive director of the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce. And they're going to tell a story on how BASS, Bassmaster, and Major League Fishing, how it came to Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Yeah, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and aired television shows, did tournaments for Major League Fishing and Bassmaster that played all over the country. A home run as far as tourism. You got to hear the story. If you're in the tourism industry, this story is amazing. How did a small town, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, pull the biggest names in bass fishing into their community and still promoting it. Played all over the world. An amazing story. The tourism industry doesn't take advantage of many of these opportunities the way they should. Ryan Deshane, Wired to Fish. I've worked with Ryan many years on a lot of different projects. Highly talented individual. Wired to Fish is an amazing organization geared pretty much around social media. Ryan's going to share his story and what he does today, how he got there. Great story, great friend, longtime friend, like all the crew at Wired to Fish. Dan Johnson, St. Croix Rods. Dan's been with St. Croix, I believe it's pushing 20 years. His story is incredible. You ever dream of designing fishing tackle, sales, promotion? He fishes tournaments. He's into a little bit of everything. What a gifted speaker. He's exciting. You're going to be pumped when you get done hearing Dan talk. Jim Stewart Raleigh and Helen's Muskie Shop. Here's a guy that looked at an opportunity in a retail business, picked one species of fish, a muskie, one of the smaller distributed fish in the country, a muskie, and built a gigantic, successful business around one species of fish at a retail level and at a mail order level. Did it, dreamed about it, seen a vision, and made it happen. Eric Hadia, guide, Big Fish Guide Service. You know, in the years, during the years, I started in my career as a fishing guide. I've worked and seen many good guides. Eric ranks right up there as one of the best as far as a promoter. 12 months a year in the North Country. He's guiding. He's doing tons of things for the company that he works for and represents. There's a lot more to guiding, successful guiding, and making a really good, comfortable living at as a guide, and work 12 months out of the year. Last year at the workshop, there was a lot of excitement and interest in guiding, and Eric has got a story to share. Jason Mitchell Outdoors, entrepreneur at heart. As a kid, he knew and dreamed about making a living in the outdoors. He's got the entrepreneurial spirit, and he's involved in every aspect of the sport. And he wakes up every morning, looks around and says, boy, what a great day this is going to be. He loves the business. He's passionate about it, and it shows in everything that he does. How about Barb Carey, Wisconsin Women's Fishing? Barb is her dream is to get more women involved in the sport of fishing. Last year we had 8 women come to the workshop. This year we want to see a lot more than that. Barb is going to share her life story and how women. Her goal is to get more women involved in the sport of fishing at many different levels, inclusive of job opportunities. Great story, great speaker. We're really thankful to have Barb on board at this year's event. And then, last but not least, Jeff Gustafson, professional tournament angler. Last year we had Seth Fighter as one of our speakers as a professional angler, and there isn't many of them. He's with the Bassmaster Elite. This year, Jeff Gustafson, touring pro on the FLW tour. He's to share his story. I knew Jeff when he was a kid. I fished tournaments against him. And there are many times I watched him grow and develop in his career to one of the leaders in the sport fishing industry today when it comes to competitive bass fishing. And by the way, to my knowledge, he's the furthest north professional bass angler on the continent. He lives in Kenora, Ontario. And Jeff, I can't wait to hear you come and tell your story. Many of you will be blessed by it. Again, if you are a person that has dreamed about making a living in the fishing industry, you'll want to be at this event. You're going to be motivated. You'll get direction, encouraged. You'll get to talk to each speaker individually. There's never been an event like this ever done. This is the first time Fishing Careers Workshop is there to help you find a way in life that can change your life, and you can fulfill a dream. If you're a young person, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, looking to the future, this is a time for you to learn what this business can be about and get a direction in life. If you're a parent, a grandparent, an aunt or uncle, and you see a young person that has a fire in their belly for fishing, you want to make sure they're at this event. It'll give them a direction in their future that will change their life. How about if you're in the business? If you're in the marine business, the tackle business, the media business, the tourism industry, you need to be there or have somebody there. I guarantee you at the end of that day, you're going to go back and be better at your game. Take a look at what the Fishing Careers Workshop is all about. Just punch up fishingcareersworkshop.com. It tells you everything you have to know. Again, this is going to be life-changing for many people that are interested in the sport fishing industry, what it's all about, and the future that it has to offer. Hey, from all of us here at the Fishing Careers Workshop, we look forward to seeing you there.